Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kaga. So today is going to be the first of I guess it's the first World of Tanks video I've put up in a couple months. It's time to rectify that. So the subject of today's video is partially, the Rhm-Borsig Waffenträger you see in front of you with its 15cm gun. The other part is, as the title describes, is about using the spotting mechanics within this game, and I can guarantee you that I am no master of it, but I nonetheless know for most of the basics, just to get the job done for special situations. And you're about to see one of those classic situations develop right here on the Prokhorovka map, one of the older maps in World of Tanks. You might have seen a slightly reskinned version of it called Fiery Salient pop up, I think about half a dozen to 8 patches ago. I forget exactly when it came in, but that's not important. And anyway, back to the subject of this video is about spotting mechanics. That's particularly important if you are in a tank destroyer, more so in a thinly armored, or shall we say thin-skinned tank destroyer like the Borsig here, or if you're in a thin-skinned vehicle, quite like this AMX CDC right beside me. Now, I'm kind of getting this, how shall we put it, less than amazing feeling about what I'm seeing in the mini-map there, because, well, I see a lot of heavy tanks right here pushing the 2-line, and I know that the moment that the first one gets popped, this is going to come to a screeching halt. So what do I need to do to try to keep this advance alive is try to get to a forward spotting, not spotting, but a forward firing position at a point at which I balance the ability to fire with the ability to stay concealed. And that is why I took the shot against that KV-13, was that bush, which was about 50 meters in front of me, obscured the view of my tank to the target, so he wouldn't spot me. And that's a critical thing. You need to remember that when you fire in World of Tanks, everything within, I mean, not everything, but all the foliage within about 25 meters of you becomes transparent as far as the spotting check is concerned. But outside of that, you can fire straight through it, and you won't be spotted for having fired. The great thing that you can use, and this is a little in-game tip here, is that you should be checking if the bush becomes translucent when you're trying to aim through it in the sniper view. And you'll notice that the bush will be there, and all of a sudden it will turn into a ghost, and you won't see it anymore. And as you can see right there, see that bush? The tree right there? I can see right through it, but the bush there, not so much. And as you can see, we take the shot again on the KV-13 after I'm satisfied that I won't be spotted for having taken the shot. And you see the shell kind of demonstrate the lackluster penetration this gun is renowned for. So right now, I'm going to say this is going to be a bit of a slow replay because, camp fests. It's going to take me a little while to balance the, shall we say, the lack of desire to push my tank beyond its limits, and the just downright getting fed up with the camping. So right now, we'll use this as a time to talk about what's going through my head, and that is, okay, I have good concealment along anywhere where I suspect the enemy TDs to be, which is they're going to be like me and trying to use this stretch of bushes that you see there to conceal their position, to nail anyone stupid enough to go out in the open. But I suspect that they're probably going to be on the top part of it, because they had shots both on this Tiger, and I see shots going off towards the heavies trying to use that escarpment there, especially that T29 against this T32. And right now, that part's in my head, and so I'm satisfied that if I need to take a shot, I can take a shot, provided I'm smart enough to remember to use the foliage. So there's going to see these moments where I ponder the shots, check them, and then don't take the shot. But right now, yeah, not much is happening. It's turning into your usual Prokhorovka camping fest here on the 1-2 line. I'm hoping for someone to push forward and start lighting some things up. And when you ask, you shall receive. This CDC steps up and does a little bit of nothing. Oh wait, he's going to poke this little bit of a ridge line here. We're looking for shots. Don't see anything that he spots. He doesn't spot anything. At least anything useful. Okay, so we're still looking for targets. So one of those little things about the spotting system that you're going to have to remember is that it's a dynamic thing. Every time you pull the trigger, you increase the range at which you will be spotted, even through foliage. That's just the way it is. That's part of why they become transparent. So that's one of those things you're going to have to take into consideration when you're trying to make a more calculated push through here. And as I'm seeing this CDC and wondering, is he taking fire from these TDs or from those mediums? But anyway, there's one of those handy things about this particular gun is that the reload happens to coincide more or less with the relaxation of the camo factor back to normal value, which is very useful if you're trying to time when to make your moves and when not to make your moves. And it's roughly about 15 seconds between the time you fire to the time that it's about 90% to completely back to where it would be before you pulled the trigger. And I see this box tank there. Bye, box tank. Again, I'm going to be waiting for that timer to click down. Sixth Sense has not gone off. Okay, I can fully wait out this timer before I move again. Alright, so now I'm satisfied that there's not much going on here. And again, we're going to be trying to look for shots this way at the same time, because while I have my camo net active, it doesn't really behoove me to move forward haphazardly, especially when I don't have support. And as I said a little bit ago, it's going to take me a while to get fed up with waiting, and I'm sufficiently impressed that I won't be detected without good reason, because the camo factor should be fully reasserted by now. So I'm going to go from bush to bush to bush to attempt to find these enemies, and I'm going to move from bush to bush carefully to not disturb the trees, and to check whether or not I have been detected with Sixth Sense. Grab a quick shot on that T32 there. Haha, Sixth Sense hasn't gone off yet. This is great. This is great. Okay, that tells me a lot. There is no TDs within about 25 meters of me that I need to worry about. Alright, I bring the gun around again. I'm being very careful not to traverse the hull here, because I don't know exactly where the enemy is, and I fire that one off clutch, and it misses. No surprise there. I don't think it was ever going to hit. That Jagdpanzer IV threw away his tank. I'm not certain why, but you know what? We'll take it. So again, we're being very careful not to disturb the foliage, because we don't want to give away our position until it's already too late for the enemy. Again, we're moving along the bushes. Stop right there. Oh, I saw that shot. Boom! 58 meters. Oh, we're finally detected by that E-25 who just lost almost all of his health. I start kiting him, bait him out, and ally finishes him off. And gonna run away laughing like a maniac while this T-32 who has no idea about anything that we've been discussing about decides to call us a hacker. No, it isn't hacking. It's called playing the game. I suggest you try it sometime, T-32. And as you just seen, this is how we can try to break the stalemate of the traditional campfest with using the available foliage to maximize our protection. And I don't mean like solid cover, I mean the protection that concealment offers from being detected. And that's just one of those things that you think about when you're trying to advance your abilities in tanking. Is part of the survivability onion. If you don't have to be there, don't be there, and if all possible, if you have to be there, don't be seen. That's just one of those basic things you should try to internalize when you're approaching the game. I know that you can probably get away with just going in guns blazing a lot of the time, but there's times like the one you just saw where if you're patient, all goes well. Everything is better. And now we're going to look for a shot on this Pershing. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I'm not going to pick up that kill, but ow, that had to hurt. And now we're at the stage of the game where I can kind of afford to relax the necessity to stick to cover, or I should say concealment rather, because bushes don't offer any solid cover from incoming fire, so it's just concealment. And right now we're going to look for a long shot here on this T-69. We fire a tad bit clutch, but it still connects at a respectable about 500 meters there. Pretty good shot there. Now we're reloading. We're gonna get detected here. I don't care. He's dead. One enemy left. Meh. Who cares? We'll just see if we can pick up that last one. In hindsight, if I had XVM installed at this time and I would have known that this guy was on low health, I would have loaded that high explosive shell rather than this AP shell that I have, because, you know, I could just splash anywhere near him and it would have done the job. Because this video is all about using the spotting mechanics and demonstrating how to break a stalemate using concealment, I'm not going to bother showing you any result screens or anything like that. We did well enough. You could see that. So thank you for having borne with me for this relatively short video. Hope to get a little more World of Tanks content up in the near future. Please stay tuned. If this video or other content on the channel interests you, please consider subscribing. Hope to see you around. And keep alert for updates on the old Facebook community page. Link is down in the video description. Please stay tuned for that, for opportunities to help influence the content on the channel, or to just interact with me. It's a great venue for that. Thank you, and good day.